So
Okay,
today
sir.
we have with us Mr. Prabhakar sir, and he's going to take this session for today and to share some important points for that. So I welcome you, sir, and over to you. Kindly you can start this session. Welcome, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, good afternoon. Very good. Hello, can you hear me well? Sir?
Yes, sir.
Yes, okay.
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
today we'll learn about new topic. It's a timeline editor. Okay. First thing.
Sir, sorry to disturb you, but there is some background
Okay.
echo is there.
1 minute. Yeah. Hello, sir. What about now, sir? Is it clear?
Hello,
Hello, sir.
sir. You are in mute mode. You are in mute mode. Kindly
Now,
unmute
now,
yourself. Now it's fine.
yeah, yeah, okay, okay. Today we learn about new topic. Is a timeline editor. Okay, so first thing we think about what's the use of timeline editor. Why we are go for timeline editor? We are I so the few use cases. Okay, first thing, if you work with game, okay, so your cutscene. Did you play Xbox and some PC games? So middle of your games, they play some cutscenes. The cutscenes developed by timeline editor only. Okay, so and also we create some movies, gameplay sequence. So everything we have to develop using timeline editor. So the Unity introduce first thing. First, how to install your timeline editor. Okay, so first go to your package manager. One minute, that packages are fetching.
Sir, only we can see your PowerPoint slides.
So 1 minute. So
Okay.
yeah, new share. Stop sharing. Share screen. Okay. Now you are able to see, right, that Unity.
Yes,
So,
sir. Yes.
if you work with timeline, first we have to install your timeline editor. So, which is selected from your package manager. Previously, that Access Store itself, they have timeline editor. We have to install using your Access Store. Now, everything under package manager. So, you open your package manager. There itself, you have to download your timeline editor. Okay, the packages are fetching. It's take it's take up to 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, again I start that Windows and package manager. Okay, yeah. So go to Unity registry. Okay, so a Unity registry means So all are the default packages under that Unity. So your timeline editor and your physics content, your Cinemachine, everything under your Unity registry. Okay, let's change. Yeah, now before we start your timeline editor, in your timeline editor, few layers are there. Okay, what are the first thing? Activation tracks. So activation tracks used to you switch on your game object and switch off your game object. Okay, so where you can active your game object, where you inactive your game object. Second thing, animation track. Okay, your character animation, character movement, rotation, everything under your animation tracks. Next, audio track. Audio track, your background music and foreground music. Foreground music means sound means your voice over or some sound effects, some button sounds, everything foreground sound. Background means your background sound. So background sound, volumes, everything is controlled by your audio track. Okay, control track. Control track, game mode. For example, in your game object, lot of sub object will be there, sub meshes will be there. So in control object, we have to control over the small sub meshes. Okay, and cinematic track. Cinemation track means is a cameras. How to handle your camera using of your Cinemation. Okay, so that's why first you work with timeline. You have to learn about your animation content and also Cinemation. Okay, first we talk about animation. How to mix more than one animations. For example, I have walking animation and clap animation will be there. Okay, so sit and clap one animation, another one animation, walking animation. Now we have to create using of these two. We have to create new animation, walk and clap. Okay, so without creating any other animation, we use this animation, sitting and clap animation and walking and clap animation. We mix both and create new animation, walking and clap. So I will show you how to create mix two animations. So everything I will show you. Okay. So next important thing, recorder track. Recorder track give a output of your project. For example, if you create movie, we have to that movie clip we so without movie clip just only we create that content means there's no use. So that's why in your output is an image sequence or is a movie. So some point of view they ask image sequence. So if you get asked image sequence, you give the image sequence. Otherwise, MP4 movie means you do MP4 movies. Why they ask the image sequence? They have to clean up something. So that green map movie, something add some special effect after it, something like that. So that's why they ask image sequence. They use the image sequence and add some effects over there. Okay. So some subtitle, everything over there. Okay. Next, signal track. Okay. This signal track is an some entry point. Okay. Now I enter that particular. Look like this one collision. Okay. So signal, yeah, I will enter state and exit. So two state will be there. Okay. So when I enter, some effect I will play. When I exit, some effect I will play. Okay. So now check Unity. Yeah, is it loaded? So here itself I used first PST importer. PST importer for so import your large file. Okay. Is it sprite sheet when you work with 2D? Okay, 2D movie clip and everything. So that file size may be large. So that's why we use PST importer. That PST importer we arrange everything inside your Photoshop. I show you how on one sample I show you. Yeah, here itself I have this. Yeah. I open it. Next, in another things, we install Cinemission. Cinemission for your camera movements. Okay. So next we install Timeline. Okay. After that, we install Recorder. 1 minute. Another plugin. So Unity Recorder. Okay. These are the plugins we used in Timeline animations and Timeline movie clip. So when I create work with some movies, these are the plugins we need. Okay. So if you work with 2D means PST importer must. Okay. You see that. This one PSP file. So we create your Photoshop and what are the inside your background and everything, and convert that file to save the type, save as PSP. When you save as, it's not a PSD, save as PSP file. It's a large document format. Okay. So Unity identify the PSP file, and these are the layers I used. Okay. So depending on your background, we convert that to even your layer. So depending on that layer, it will be convert that layer to sprites. See that? Just yeah. I import the file. Once again, I save. That's a PSP file. Save as. Not a PSD, it's an PSP file. Yeah. I'm going to replace it. So I save to PSP. See that normal PSP file, there is no layer will be there. See that there is no sprite. It will be calculated as a JPEG. It's a single sprite. But when I import that PSP file, what happens? Just see that. Yeah. This one is PSP file. I import this file. Yeah. See. Automatically the layer will be converted. See that. So that's the difference between your PSP file and PSD file. Okay. So depending on your layer, the sprites also default, it will be automatically converted. So when I using that PSD importer. Okay. So any doubts still now? Any doubts?
So I only have a small doubt. That's with Unity. Is like, so how do you add an extra plugin again? Like if you already have Unity installed, how do you just add a plugin to that?
Yeah, go to Windows and package manager. Okay, then this will be into one. Just select it. Okay, here install. Okay, any doubts? Now you got it right.
Yeah, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So that's the difference between PST and PSP file. Okay. So you work with your 2D games. Okay. No need to create some sprite sheet. Just create your PSP file. Your background and foreground, you set it everything and create your PSP file. Okay. Then directly import your Unity. So it will be save your file size also. Okay. And also just drag and drop it in your window. Just I show you. So in your scene, I create another scene for that 1 minute. Demo. Okay. So in that scene, just drag your PSP file over there. Okay. See that. So it will be directly empty one. See. So if you want, you have to you just select the layer and make it big. See. So if you want, just now I close our package manager. If you want move one layer, means just select the layer. Easily we have to move it. See that. Automatically their layer will be converted. See. So previously what we do, just we create sprite sheet, lot of sprite sheet, and again came to Unity and we have to arrange it. Now they have to simplify the work. Okay, directly we save as PSP file format, directly import your Unity and use it. If you want this layer means they depending on that layer, whatever layer you convert in your Photoshop, right? These layers, depending on this layer, it will be identify the sprite. So each and every layer converted to one sprite. This one layer, see that this one layer, this layer converted to one sprite. So that's the way they have to arrange it. Okay. So now you know that, right? How to import PSP file. Next, we go to animation. In animations, so everyone know that, right? I have two animations. It's a walking animation. Okay. So yeah, first rigging type I convert to humanoid and change that animation to see that. This is a walking animation. Okay. Yeah, everyone see that, right? Next animation I used sitting and clap. Now I going to mix that walk and sitting and clap animations. Okay, so first we know about avatar mask. So first we know about animator first. Okay, so yeah, I use this character. See, this is a character. See that. And I rotate. Are you seeing the character, right? Yeah. Just now I run it. See. Nothing happened because of there is no animator inside the character. So your animation will be empty. So first we have to create one animator. So I create one new animator, create, okay, animation controls. Okay. So I change the name in Anim. Okay. So in walking, I paste the character animations. Okay. So I open it. Here, base layer. Your base animation is in walking. Okay. So create empty. Just a paste over there is a walk animation. Okay. Second, I add another layer. So in the plus button is a new layer, is a clap. So select this layer. This layer also I create one empty state. I add this animation, sit and clap. Okay, still now any doubts? Okay. Now I played. See. The character walking. So that clap animation not affected. Next, what we do? Let's stop it. So in our animator, setting button will be there. When I press the setting button, here wait, that animation wait will be there. Okay, so how much it will be affected? We have to select it there, make it one. Okay, and mask. We have to create one avatar or use new one. That already I masked that. So here right click and create avatar mask. Select avatar mask. I use clap. Okay, so I map this clap word. Okay, yeah. So in your clap, select humanoid. Okay. So here your bone structure will be there. What are the bones are affected? We got to select it out. So now everything selected. Okay. Yeah. See that. When I play the button, it will be sit and clap. Here, sit that character. Sit and clap. So your base animation not played because of that paint weight will be an make it one. So that's why that animation will be affected. Now we have to map the bone, which what are the bones are affected by your second animation. So here is we select your humanoid. So deselect your leg, and okay, yeah, in your body. So now your hands and head only affected by second animation. Okay, so save it. Now see the result. So it will be walk and clap. See, walk animation. So in your animator, medium, clap, overlay, synchronize. synchronized layer, base layer. Okay, now we'll play it. Check it right now. Oh, second animation, there is no motion, so I change it. Sitting and clap, I change it. Okay, yeah. Now that animation will be affected. Okay, so it will be a walk and clap animation will play. So that's a way we have to manipulate lot of the animation work. Now that clap animation, clap. There is no loop, I guess. So there is a loop is missing. So that's the reason it's not played. Okay. Yeah. How I have played. See, clap, clap and walk. It will be played together. Okay. So for example, we have run, walk and clap means we mix up together and create multiple animation. That's a way you have to reduce your file size. Go with some other we need create clap animation and clap and walk. They need multiple clips. So that's a use case of Unity. So we have to easily some particular codes and mix together and easily we have to use the animations. Okay. So do you have any doubt that animation mask? Any doubts? Viraj, are you there? Tarang, are you there? So, short window, short. Yeah. Okay, I throw one question. Okay, what's the difference between PSP file and PSD file? Anyone?
So PSD and PSB.
PSP, yes.
So PSB file can export in layers, and PSD file is like a JPG format.
Yeah, PSP file is like an when I
And
import
PSB is a
PSP
large
file,
document file.
yeah, it's look like an one sprite. Okay, if you have to cut it and over there, but PSP file is a large format. Okay, so for example, that entire background. Okay, so I set it an entire background in as a PSP file and directly import it and I use it. That layers also, it will be depending on your Photoshop layer, it will be converted. It's each and every layer converted to one single sprite. So it's a because of when I used each and every layer as a sprite means first thing your time rearranging time it will be there and next file size may be large. So that's why we have to convert it to your PSP file and use it. Okay. So that's the way we have to in 2D game we have to reduce your game size. And also in movies, when I work with movies, easily we have to import your PSB file and I easily animate it. Each and every layer you have to easily animate. Okay. Now we go for your timeline. Okay. So how to work with your timeline editor. Okay. So the animation mixup. Do you have any doubt about animation mixup? What is layer mask in animation? What is a layer mask? What's the use of layer mask? What's the use of layers in your animator? What is the use of layers? They have multiple layers and parameters will be there. What's the use of layer? What's the use of parameter? Anyone?
So layers can help in creating different animation.
Yeah. So in your animator, layers help to mix up, mask your bones and mix up more than one animations and also transfer one animation to another animation. Okay. For example, in layer one, they have set up animation. Layer two, there's other set of animation. So using that layer mask help to transfer one animation to another animation and also mix up two animations. The simple way I told you, one animation is walk, another one animation sit and clap. So now we want walk and clap, run and clap. So using this layer mask, we have to mix sit and clap and walk and clap and walk animation to create one, manipulate one new animation, walk and clap. Okay, so that's the way we have to reduce our file size and reduce our working time also. Okay. Yeah. Next, we go with timeline editor. Okay. So in your timeline editor, create one empty one movie clip. Okay. So you know, so sequencing. Okay. So go to your sequencing and create timeline editor. First, we create your movie clip. I used one empty movie clip, name as movie. Okay. So I select that, go to Windows and sequencing and timeline. Okay. So if you want to create your new timeline movie means you have to create or use existing means use existing one. Okay. So now we create new one. Okay. So in that animation, sorry, animation itself, I use I use more. Yeah. Here. Now your timeline will be in order. Okay. So in that plus button will be there. You have to say lot of track. Already I explained. What's the use of activation track? Anyone? Already I explained each and everything. What's the use of activation track? Anyone?
So maybe to
So
activate
that
the track.
activation, yeah, that activation track, it will be activate and deactivate your game object. We have to decide it where you can activate your that game object, where you deactivate your game object. I show that. Okay. So in that activation track, select that activation track, this and activate. Okay. So first track your game object over there. Okay. So now I delete the character. I delete it. Okay. I create one 3D object. is an cube. Okay. Yeah. So in that movie, okay, so we have to activate your that cube and deactivate. How to use it? Yeah, first. So drag your game object over here. Okay, here this one is your activation window. Okay, this timeline. So when I create another add activation click, see that move it. So this area, that object will be active mode, and this area is in inactive mode. Okay, see that. Just check your windows. Okay, see, it will be deactivated. Again, it will be activated. No need to write any screen. Okay, so everything controlled by your that activation track. Activation track, you put in the row. This area I have to activate that some particular object. In that area, I have to deactivate it. For example, somebody walk over there, somebody touch this one, we deactivate that cube, and they cross that. Then again we have to activate that particular cube. Okay. So any doubt about that activation track? Any doubts?
Sir, can you once again tell that activation and deactivation?
Yeah, just I remove that layer. Okay, I delete it. Okay, so in your timeline editor, that plus button will be there. Select it. Select activation track. And you add your activation track. Okay, here your game object will be there. Whatever game object you have to activate and deactivate, you just drag and drop your game object. Okay. Next, you create your activation clip. Okay, so this is your activation clip, where you can activate your object. Just move the clip. Okay, it's here. Up to this area, your game object will be deactivated. Once the timeline reach this one, immediately it will be activated. Okay, so middle of if you want add means just right click it and add your new activation clip. Okay, just so your game object deactivator, again activate, again deactivate, again activate. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next, your animation. So your second track, animation track. So in your animation track, I add another 3D object is a sphere. Okay. So okay. First setup, I just animate this sprite. Okay. So yeah. In your timeline, okay, just drag and drop your sphere over here. Create animation on sprite sphere. Just now I create one new animation. Okay, just use a record button. I will set it there. First timeline is there. So when I change the scenario, okay, yeah, this is your first one. So when I record it, okay, so select your sphere. Okay. Next, again go to your timeline, drag it over there. Okay. Next, set your sphere and now just play the timeline. See that. Yeah, this is a scenario. It will move when I hit the cube, I hide it. When I cross the cube, again I activate it. So slowly it will move. Deactivate and activate. So that kind of, and next we have to rotate that object. Okay. So next thing, if you want to rotate, you select the same thing. Okay. We have to rotate that object also. Okay. Just press record. Use rotation. If you want to use Y rotation means. So rotation also we have to use. Okay, here you have to change the rotation and everything. Otherwise, go there. And here it's a, you select the sphere and rotate it. So see that here, the first step, it will be rotate and move. So you sit on there and we have to minutely work with that and rotate your object. So it will look like that sphere will be rotate and move. So that's why it will give some realistic feel. Okay, if we hit the cube will be destroyed. That's our scenario. Okay, so any doubt about that animation track? Any doubt? So in your second scenario, we have to use characters. How to use character in that animation track? So I already told using that walking. I use that walking animation. Okay. That animation. I use this one. So if you work with character, okay, your timeline editor, add another animation track. We use multiple animation track at the same time. Okay, I would add another animation track. Okay, so use working. Now, if you want to record means you have to record and create that movement also. Otherwise, that animation already have a movement, so that's it. I created. So here, application reload. So it will be clap and move. So it will be already have a movement. So that's why I didn't create any movement. Okay. If you want control that movement means we have to create the here itself. We have to create and just record it. Okay. And create your movement. It's the first and in your timeline. What is the first frame? So, and so in your second timeline. Let's see. So if you want, first I stop the record. Okay, it will be recorded. If you want switch off that animation control means just mute it. It will be hidden. Okay. So now, okay. Your timeline. Yes, I run it. Now you see the result. So so your default animation also played, your timeline animation also played. So when I touch, it will be hide. When I cross, automatically it will be activated. Okay. So any doubt about that? That animation control? Any doubt?
No, sir.
So here I have throw some questions. Okay. And yeah. What's the use of activation track and animation track. So anyone. So still now we learned about activation track and animation track. What's the difference between both? When you used animation track, when we used activation track. Anyone? Ruchika, are you there? Ruchika, in timeline editor, when you use activation track, when you use animation track. So chart. So first activation track. Okay. So when you want to activate and deactivate some object, middle of your movies or movie clip. For example, some item in hold by that character in that time. So we keep it cube will be there, cube or some item or some box are there. So that character came, the character touched that particular cube. In that time, deactivate it and add some cubes. So you activate some cubes. I will show you. Okay. So in that character, in that head, I use one box. Okay. See that. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So I remove this one, delete. In that character, see, to D, okay. Okay. Yeah. Select again movie, just add one activation track. Okay. So drag this cube over there. Okay. So what we do, if move it here. Just see that character move, just hold it and take it. Now you see the difference. Okay. So between that hold animation, we play the hold animation. We take the box and keep it in your head. Between that we have to play it and go like that. Just check the character. The character comes without box. Okay. So in this area. Okay, we have to place on hold. Take that part and keep it in the head animations, and it will take that box into the head and move towards that exit. Okay, so in this case we have to use that activation and deactivation. This is the way we have to done the animations. Okay, so if you work with timeline editor, we have to create movies. In that time we have to, this is the way we have to work on it. Got it? So still have any doubts? Any doubts? Madhav, any doubts? Okay. Ajay Kumar, any doubts? Okay. So now you go with the control track. Okay. So it will be control lever animation clips. Already I told. So if you work with control track, just right click it and create art from game object. Okay. Which game object I used? Cube. Okay. So in this cube, okay, here your source game object, this one is your cube and prefab. In this prefab, okay, between this area, we have to activate along with some animations or for example, in that one pond or river, okay, we that character go with some boat. In that scenario, what we do, we have to use control track. Once the object hit the boat, okay, then we activate your control object. Just deactivate that boat and activate this one. I use the same. Oh, sorry. I used some add some sphere. So sorry. That sphere resource. Okay. Cube. Add this to sphere. So in this area only, that sphere will be displayed. Okay, that sphere size may be scale to then only able to see that. Okay, yeah, see. When I run the project, just you see that. Some sphere will be displayed over there. See. Okay. So this is the way we have to work with your control track. Okay. So when you work that movies, okay, you have to carefully handle that things. You are each and every layer. First, we understand that layer and understand what's the use of layers. Then we have to work on that. Next one, that important one is an Cine Mission track. First, if you work with Cine Mission track, first you know about your Cine Mission. Okay, so how many know about Cine Mission? Afrabai, are you know about Cine Mission? Are you here about Cine Mission? Dheeraj, Cine Mission is a component. It's the same way. It will be controlled all game animation, the camera animations and everything. Okay, so they have two things. One is Cine Mission brain. Okay, second one is virtual camera. So we have only one camera. That camera we have to consider as Cine Mission brain. Second, we have to create a lot of virtual cameras. So depending on that virtual cameras, we have to move the Cine Mission. Okay, first we create campus first. Yeah. So now I delete that Vake, the movie clip. Yeah. So movie, remove that unwanted timelines. Okay. Delete. 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 And delete. Okay. So that's it. In that movie, first we know about Cine Mission. Okay, here this here Cine Mission virtual camera. These are effects, predefined effects are there. Okay, so main important things: Cine Mission virtual camera and Cine Mission brain. Okay, in your camera, you have to add your Cine Mission brain. Okay, so here Cine Mission brain. In that brain, okay, we have custom blends will be there. How to blend one virtual camera to another virtual camera, how to blend the camera. Okay, here I have to create Cine Mission virtual camera and also Cine Mission virtual camera. I have to create two virtual camera over there. Okay, just I move second one. Move second one to this, and yeah. This one is two, and I switch off it. See, just run it. You don't need to animate anything. Okay, so in your Cine Mission brain, control each and everything. Depending on your virtual camera, it will be controlled each and everything. Now I switch on your virtual camera. What we do? See that. This is animation. Okay, so the Cine Mission control each and everything. Okay, that animation here itself we have to set your animation. Okay. Here, lot of animation will be there. Is in out and is out, hard, linear, custom. We have to set it out. Okay. Yeah. So your animation duration will be there. We have to change it. Now in your timeline, we have to use your Cine Mission in your timeline. Okay. This is a scenario in your timeline. Yeah. Just add here Cine Mission track. Okay. Select that. So track your Cine Mission brain over there. Okay. So right click, add from Cinevision virtual camera base. Add camera 1, and here it's a add camera 2. I add 2 cameras. Okay. Here. How the, yeah. So up to this, camera 1 will be what? Thereafter, camera 2 will be what? Now I play that scene, nothing will happen. Suddenly it will be transferred to there. So it will show camera 1, suddenly go to camera 2. How to blend it? Just I explain it. So still now camera 1 shows, and it will be reached that second view automatically. It will show the second virtual camera. Immediately it will be changed. See that. So we need some transition. How to do it? Yes, you need to top up that one. Yeah. Here, see that one dot will be there. Just click it at. Sorry, the blending dot. Yeah. Now see the difference. So now it will be a blend. So camera 1 and camera 2. But slowly it will be transition will be done. Okay. So still now we learn about acquisition track, animation track, controller track, and cinevision track. So do you have any doubt about these four? Because this 4 is a very important part of animation and creating movies and everything. Okay. If you have any doubts, just let me know. Samul sir, Arun sir, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
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 Starting, right? Yeah. Oh, no one reply.
Guys, if you have any doubt, just ask. You have to be interactive, guys. Just ask the queries if you have any.
Ajay Chakravarti, are you there? Okay. So next we go to your audio track. Okay. So select your audio track. Here it's a tracks. Okay, I use some audios. I play some songs. Audios. Yeah. Okay, so I drag and drop over there. Uh, so create on empty game object audio. So in your audio component, audio source, here we can paste in your audios over there. Okay, and in your timeline, place audio. Okay, create activation, add from clip. So I add it. Here is where you can play the audio. Here you can set it up. So where you can want, you just drag it. Just drag it. So here. Now see that. And I play it. So so when I that audio will be played. Okay, when I reach your timeline, reach this area, your audio will start playing. Okay, so finally, in order to create your movie. So that's the way we use.
If I move it left,
Here,
when I move it left, does it?
sorry.
No, but left means right. It turns right. Come here. When I turn left,
Hello?
the front turns right.
No. Cars, you turn left, it goes left, you turn right, it goes right.
Okay. So finally, your recorder track will be there. Here, right click, add from, add recorder clip. So which area you have to record. You have to select that particular area. When I record this one, select this one. So select that. Here itself, you create your it's a movie clip or image sequence or GIF animation or audio or animation clip. If you want animation clip, you select as animation clip. Movie means movie, image sequence means image sequence, GIF animation means GIF animation. You select it. Okay. Yeah. First, you convert as a GIF animation. When I see that. So it will be played. So then maybe I Okay. So go to the. So this one, this is your path. Just click it. It will show your path. Here your animation will be there. Okay. Your output will be there. Here itself general. Because if you work with zip file, that audio can't play. Just I remove that, delete it. I delete it. Recording clip. I make it this to that area. I record it. Okay. And I play. Now it will be the zip will be generated. Okay. Here, your zip animation will be generated over there. See that. This one is a zip animation. Okay. Next, if you want create movie, you have to select movie and run the game. Okay, your movie clip will be generated. If you want animation clip, the same way you run it. Okay. So this is the way you get your final output. If you want work with your 2D movies, and also your if you are in your game, you add your cutscenes. So everything done by timeline editor only. Okay. Okay. So, okay, sir. Arun, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's done, sir.
Yeah, it's done.
Okay.
Timeline editor is done.
Okay. Just a second. Guys,
Any clarification? Just check with the clarifications, sir. Any students, any clarifications? I hope everyone understood that process line, how to create the time, use the timeline editor for creating a cutscenes, right? I expect everyone to reply at least yes or no, so that I think Prabhakar sir has spent a good time with you guys. If no
Sure.
doubts, Arun sir, please collect the feedback and just we can wind off the session.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Yeah.
So excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir. So can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes. Yes, sir.
So it's not that I have a doubt. So I just
Yes.
have a difficulty understanding your accent, sir. And please, sir, I don't mean to offend. Like I really have a difficulty to understanding your accent. So like I can't. I have to like watch your class like 2-3 times just to get like what sentence you're saying, sir.
Okay.
So if you could like maybe speak louder and slowly or something like that. That's my only feedback, sir.
Okay.
Guys, just fill the feedback form here. Okay. Here you can give the feedback. I shared the link on in chat box. You just fill it. Okay, Prabhakar sir. Thank you for conducting the sessions.
Okay.
Wonderful. It was a really unique session. Guys, please fill the feedback form before leaving.
Yeah, stop recording, sir.